Okay, how concerned are you with this? Tyron Smith added to the injury report with a neck. Brian, what are you hearing over there?
Yeah, just reaching out to some folks. They don't know what the problem is, and so they're doing an MRI on it right now. They have to see the doctor, et cetera, et cetera. So I asked a concern level, and they said, well, it wouldn't be a concern if we didn't put him on the injury report. So we'll see what happens with Tyron Smith today, MRI, and then doctor visit, and hopefully they'll have a better idea later on in the day what's happening with your all-pro tackle.
You know, I'm definitely not a doctor. I do like to play one on the radio. What I'm worried about is that you get something surgically fixed, you're resting all off season, you're like, okay, I think we're good to go here with the neck. And then you start in with the wear and tear and the grind of a season. You take a couple of big hits. You're in a couple of physical altercations there along the line of scrimmage, and it starts to get irritated. The inflammation comes up. And then it doesn't go down, and you're getting late in the week, and you're like, man, I don't know. I think I need more rest. I don't want to practice today. And then the next thing you know, they're talking about, like, this thing that we thought we had fixed is now back. That's what makes me worried. Now, heck, I might be totally off course, but if I'm off course, then it's another neck injury that's requiring an MRI. So one way or another, I'm like, got some serious alarm bells going over here as a Cowboys fan. You know, like, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, Tyron Smith can be one of the best left tackles in the game for another 3 or 4 years. That's his age. That's what his career trajectory should be. But I'm wondering, is that in jeopardy? And I'm wondering, is his ability to hold it down over there at left tackle for the rest of this season? You know, last year, he plays week 1. He's like, all right, great job, Tyron. I'm so glad he toughed his way out through it. He's like, I can't do that again. There's no way in hell I'm doing that 16 times this year. That was miserable. Yeah. So I need surgery, and he was gone. You know, am I overreacting?
No. I think that when you start talking about Tyron Smith and injuries, and he came back. Him and the doctors, everybody felt good about that. And I think you're right about the wear and tear stuff. I think this is something that I was always worried with Tyron Smith about the back. Because I was always thinking, he's going to sit in an airline seat flying somewhere, and it's not going to be right. He's going to sleep in a bad bed in a hotel. And he's going to wake up. He's not going to be able to play. But, the fact that they're trying to have to scramble around now and try and figure some things out here. If, in fact, that he can't go, that means that Tyron Sicky will likely play left tackle, and then you would get Terrence Steele at right tackle. So okay. I don't think they would move Steele. I think they would just put Tyron Sicky over there on the left side.
You'd lose that game against the Patriots without either one of your tackles. Or at least I would pick you to lose.
I think they'll beat them.
I hope so. 903 says this is Jeff's fault.
That's true.
He said we can lose Tyron
in
the opening. Was that the opening segment?
He did. So. He did.
Crosstalk, something like that.
I tried to.
That ain't G code.
What was it in relation to this game or winning the division?
Season, winning the division.
Yeah, you'd win the division no matter what. You have Dak Prescott, you'd be fine.
Would you move Collins over to left tackle and then Terrence Steele at right if you had to go a couple more games?
You'd go what? This week it would be Sicky on the left and Steele on the right, and I think next week Steele would play left and Lyle Collins would play right.
Okay.
That'd be my guess.
Unless they feel totally comfortable with what's going on, having Zach Martin over there to help Terrence Steele. I mean, you're 4-0 with him playing next to the guy, so maybe you would say, we could put Lyle Collins, which is totally different sight lines. As your left tackle, you play out of your right eye, or excuse me, your left eye. And so, it's a little bit of a sight line, a little bit of adjustment with your steps and hand placements and things like that.
I just slept wrong. No big deal.
I like that.
Then you get a bye week. Come right back.
I love that. And, man, that can be super painful sometimes where you just look out of your side window real quick and the next thing you know, it's horrible. But I don't know. I imagine he would know the difference between that and the kind of neck pain that he has been dealing with over the last couple of years. And, yes, next week is a bye. So, maybe Tyron Smith has to go back into that mode where you're sort of managing it week to week. And, those 3 or 4 games per year that we talked about are likely that he misses. Maybe it's, one of those situations where just after a couple of games you can pop back. And certainly in this division, it gives you the wiggle room to be able to do that. You don't have to stack up all the wins in the world, although home field advantage would definitely be nice. So stay tuned. There's 3 hours left in our show. Bryan Broaddus is so dialed in, and if he's able to get a hold of any more information on Tyron Smith's neck, the result of the MRI, of course, we'll pass it along to you. The Mike McCarthy press conference tomorrow morning, and of course Jerry Jones tomorrow morning at 10:30 with the KMC Masterpiece are your next opportunities to hear from an official from the Cowboys on the record, whether it's the head coach or the owner and general manager tomorrow right here on The Fan. Pronounce his name Ty Niski. Huh?
Inseki, I heard.
Inseki? Is that how you do it?
Yeah, I believe it's Inseki.
All right. And maybe we're going to get back to that conversation about Zach Martin helping out a tackle as well, see if they'd be more open-minded to it with potentially both tackles out. I don't want to do skies falling or anything like that on you. But, that's been the track record with Tyron Smith. Like, we hear about this. He's got to miss a couple of practices. Then it's a couple of games, or it was season ending last year.